Michael, you promised us fireworks you got them tonight. Could you give us a few thoughts on your defensive choices and also no Goldson, no King, no Cholak on the bench?
Yeah, firstly we lost Leon this morning. He woke up, he didn't wake up, he hadn't slept all night with this sickness bug that's going around. James Tavernier was off with it early in the week, and so was Scott Wright as well. So we know it's going around. Obviously that wasn't ideal because we lost Colac to a tight calf right at the end of training yesterday, and they were both starting. So it threw all the plans. So you spend 2 weeks building it, everything's calm, and then the last sort of 24 hours have been a little bit all over the place. So I had to ask John to play out of position, and he got on with it and done it. In terms of Connor's trained for 2 days and Ben Davis is trained for 3. So I have to be careful because they've both been out for a long period of time. So I was probably a little bit optimistic. If you ask Connor Goldson, he'd want to play tonight, but with what we've got coming up, I have to be. And I felt the performance at the weekend, I thought we'd get away with it, and we just about did tonight, because other than the 2 moments early on, the first ball in our box goes in, we respond and score a good goal, and then straight from centre we concede again. We didn't give ourselves a chance to ever be settled in the first half. So half time was about just stop for a minute. How do we want football to look? Let's get that right first, because I thought we were a little bit anxious first half, and I'm delighted with the character of the group. I think we've got a long way to go to get back to, or get to where I want us to get to. That wasn't a good performance tonight. I thought it was a decent second half, but overall we know we need to improve hugely.
Mike, were you happy with the battling qualities the team showed? Because the first half hadn't gone well, and as you say, losing that second goal in the manner in which the team did, but to then come out into the second half and within 15 minutes have the match turned around, and I can't remember Alan McGregor having a save to make the second half.
I'm wondering if I fired him up a little bit too much first half. I wonder if I gave him too much energy, so I have to look at myself as well. Maybe I spoke with too much emotion to them before the game and they went and played that way, because, and it's different, isn't it? We played a friendly at the weekend and played really good football, and then you think it's a little bit further ahead. I knew coming back in that there had to be a little bit of time to get it where I wanted. The first half shows me I've got lots of work to do, and the group, to be fair to them. They've had a lot of change in the last few months, but the one thing I would say is they show really good character second half, but they started winning the duels, and they started locking down. They played a bit closer together, and they played a little bit quicker, and they run forward more. And so in the first half at times we're in the right positions, but if no one runs forward, if no one makes angles and people stay too far away from each other, everything seems a little bit slow. And I've got to give Lee Johnson and his team good credit as well. They came in the first half to sit deep and play on the counter, and I thought they was always a threat. We looked vulnerable first half. We're going to need to improve before Tuesday night for sure, defensively.
What did you make of Malik Tillman's performance in the second half? 2 assists, especially for the third goal, such quick feet.
Yeah, look, I sat here at the weekend and spoke really well about Malik. He's a 20-year-old young boy, and first half there wasn't much space. I had to free him up a little bit second half. We changed 1 or 2 things to try and get around their block, if you like, and I thought we did that well. Listen, it's fantastic feet from him. It's a nice pass from Tav, but that's what I'm talking about, that forward runs. He's made a run off the ball there. He's got in, he's shown really good feet, and off balance he's managed to feed Alfredo and get us to win. And after that you saw all the confidence coming back and then playing and looking like a good team. So they've been through a lot recently. That's the easiest way for me to sum up that performance, and it looks like it's going to take a bit of time to get where I want us to get to.
Michael, Alfredo comes back at the team night. You say he probably wasn't in your team to start with, but the fact that he gets his goal, that's exactly sort of boost he's going to need as he looks to sort of get himself going again.
Yeah, no, he would have played with Collat if they were both available. Fashion's only played 30 minutes in a few weeks. At the weekend he can only play 30 tonight. I've had to throw him out there and I just felt his pace and the way he is around the box might create that, and he went and scored, but they would have played together. I'm delighted for Alfredo to get the goal. Hopefully that's the start of obviously him turning the corner in terms of his form and obviously removing some of the background noise. All he can do is go on the pitch and perform. I thought it was very quiet first half. It was more like it second half, just like the team.
Mick, a wee word on Adam Devine, who obviously comes into the team tonight, and tough game, tough conditions as well, and really didn't look at a place, to be honest, but what we've seen anyway.
I was delighted with young Adam. He might have got away with a couple of assists down there. It's obvious he's playing on his weak side. He was targeted a little bit, wasn't he, from the goal kicks and the aerial balls and that. But I thought for a young boy, he did absolutely fantastic. And this season for him was supposed to be as a backup to James Tavernier and to push him, just how young Nathan did the couple of years ago. He's a boy we've got high hopes for. That's not easy tonight when the team's struggling to go and put in a second half performance like that. I asked him to play higher up the pitch and play with more energy, and I thought for everybody watching, that's a young Scottish boy we can be proud of. It's early days, but as far as tonight goes, well played, son.
Michael, you spoke about before the game, the emotion getting to you at half time and things haven't gone exactly how you wanted. Did you almost have to dial yourself down to get your message across to the players?
Yeah, I asked them just to stop for a minute, stop what was in their mind. Okay, let's just play football for 45 minutes, how we practice every day. We hadn't done first half. I understand that. There's a lot of anxiety when you concede an early goal, and then you're thinking when we equalise, that's it, we'll settle down. We conceded straight away, and you can feel the tension in the stadium and everything. They're only human. A lot's happened the last few weeks. I just asked them to listen and just commit to the style that we want to play, and just really focus on it. And ultimately, for me, the more we focus on that, the closer we'll get to performing how we want, and that will lead to wins. I'm a massive one on that. If we perform well, you're either performance happy or result happy. Tonight, I'm more result happy, but the second half performance, it sort of gave me optimism, because at half time, I was walking in thinking, okay, this is going to be interesting. So fair play for the players, because they play. I can only give them a roadmap, and the second half, I thought that was much more like it.
Michael, we've seen earlier the confirmation that Leon King and Yanis Hadji have signed new long-term contracts with the club. I think we'd obviously mentioned the King one a couple of days ago, but I think Yanis's one maybe came as a wee bit as a surprise to some people. How delighted are you that both of those deals are over the line? Can we expect any new ones to come in the next few weeks or so?
I'm absolutely, you spoke about Leon, so I'll concentrate on that. I'm absolutely delighted that Yanis has signed. He's a boy that I kept in touch with, one of the only players that I kept in touch with in the last year being away, because he's had such a tough year. Fantastic talent, lovely young boy, everything you like about someone. If he was your son, you'd be so proud of him. He's had a really tough year. This is reward. His contract was running out. No one had really realised that. He was one that was coming up in the summer as well. So I'm delighted that we've extended with him. He's back in light training now. We won't rush him, but certainly when players like him and Tom Lawrence come back in the squad in the attacking areas, we'll go up a notch again. So he's one of the players that I wanted to come back to work with, because I think he's an excellent talent. So I'm delighted he's committed his future here.
Michael, congratulations on the 3 points. Stripping it all back away from tonight, how much did you manage to enjoy being back, being Rangers manager, 18th manager of the club, 3 points under the lights? It wasn't plain sailing, but how much did you enjoy it?
I've got to be honest, I've been here before as an assistant and a first team coach, and had a lot of nights like tonight. What's important, we know, is to get the 3 points. It wasn't perfect, but the most important thing tonight, I think, after everything that's gone on, is the 3 points. We're not in our best light at the moment. There was moments about today I enjoyed the 2 weeks more. I've been looking forward to today, and the first half was difficult. We didn't perform very well, but second half more like it. There's loads of work to do to get to where we want to get, to the standards. I'm not going to sit in front of anyone tonight and say that was a good Rangers performance. It wasn't. I thought it was a lot of character and a couple of moments of quality. I'm delighted, Steve, that we've took the 3 points. We need to improve before Tuesday.
Can I just quickly ask, just to finish as well, I didn't ask yesterday, and a lot of the fans have been asking about Red Van Yeomans, just an update on maybe when we can see him back and what's actually the issue with his injury?
Well, it was a very, very bad hamstring, as bad as it could be, so it was diagnosed at 12 weeks. So where are we now, 6 or 7 into that? So that gives you a bit of a timeline with everything going perfect, and it's not ideal. Obviously, Borna goes away, gets to a World Cup semi-final, so well done to him and Croatia. Jovanovic as well. I think it's great for Scottish football to have 2 players involved at that level of the World Cup. But obviously, that gives an opportunity to young Adam, and I thought he took it tonight, and hopefully Borna will be back in the coming games now.